guys, Mr. House, and I'm here with Season 29 War number 2 with the Infinity Rangers. So, first fight we got here on Path 4 is a Void. Of course, I'm bringing Elsa. We saw what happened last war with Black Panther. Not doing that again. So, there's only one fight in Section 1, so this is the second fight on the path. It's a really easy fight, obviously, with Elsa, and it's already down. Next up, we got APOC on Path 4, and this is a really good matchup for Yellowjacket, surprisingly. Or at least for people who don't know how Yellowjacket works, it's very surprising. He's a great APOC counter for the most part, and on this node, it's just you get 2 debuffs on you from him throwing special attacks, and you can't get another debuff on you, so he will not go unblockable. So it's super easy. Yellowjacket's energy resistance makes him capable of tanking so many SP1s through the block. And it's as simple as getting to an SP3 and just baiting ones. That's the entire fight. And he also has Power Focus 1, I believe, on this matchup. No, that's a different fight. Okay. But anyways, I think that was last war. I'm just getting to an SP3 here. And really, when it comes down to it, Yellowjacket is, I was saying this earlier to one of my mates, Yellowjacket's very similar to the new Thorags, in the sense that once you throw an SP3, the fight is in your favor. You're pretty much guaranteed to win unless you really make a mistake. Because you got these infinite power things, and there's really no way you're going to lose the fight unless you really mess up really bad. Obviously, he doesn't have the stun chain that Thorax has, but he certainly has the damage. And the power stings are incredible utility. And you see how much damage I'm able to tank from the SP1s. I even get to throw some of my SP1s, which I never get to do with the Yellowjacket. That's very rare. Champion's usually dead at that point. But, of course, it's APOC, so he has a lot of health. And throw one more SP1. And this one fight, I mean, super easy fight, super quick fight. Definitely not too bad. And then we got Silver Surfer. This is diversity placement. I mean, it can be a rough matchup, but not with Elsa. I didn't even bother healing for this fight. It's so easy. Whenever he either throws a heavy like there, or throws a special attack, he'll go unblockable, but so will I, so it's not a big deal. And if I get hit, I get hit. It's not the end of the world. But I'm really not going to, because I pretty much mastered Path 4 at this point. The only annoying part about this matchup, I would say, is that he's Incinerate immune, so he's just going to be healing for my debuffs, which is kind of frustrating. But her damage output just completely ignores that anyway, so it's not a big deal. And the only other part there is the SP2, but that usually goes unblockable anyways, so as long as you can dex that, you're good. And he's pretty much toast at this point. I did not crit on that SP1, so I wasn't able to kill him there. But we are going to crit now, and he's dead. Really good start to the war, I must say. And we got a Sentinel on Polka Dot Power. Stun immunity, or not stun immunity, stun reflex, something like that. Window of opportunity stun, there we go. So this is a good Elsa fight. It's a bit of a slower fight. I didn't boost very hard. I think I used a 10% boost. I probably should have boosted a little bit heavier in this fight just because it is so slow. And any single mistake in this fight could screw you over if you max up Dexingus 2. So, for the future, that's what I'll do. But this fight wasn't hard at all. It's just a lot of Dexing SP2s. Because he does get full analysis at this point. Which surprised me. I'm not going to lie. It definitely surprised me. But, I just had to deal with it, you know. And I do make a mistake later in the fight, but it does not cost me the fight, thankfully. And no one had, so the way we do this in our alliance is everyone picks their minis, so no one had picked this fight, so I just went and did it once I got to it, because it's a great Elsa matchup. It really is. And with the Polka Dot Power, I'm honestly going to be getting power faster than I normally would, so it's a great matchup. So, the SP2 I gotta be super careful dexing. I almost messed it up right there, but I am able to really do a lot of dexing on the edge of the screen. Very, very dangerous. And then I've accidentally parry here. That's the mistake I made. I do recover from that, so that's not a huge deal, but, you know, if I had made any more mistakes, that could have been it for the fight. I do have some willpower healing there, so we're not doing too bad at this point. Elsa's definitely come in clutch for the most part in this war. I won't spoil the next fight, but I will say that I'm a little mad at Elsa after this war. Just a tad. And if you're in my alliance, you know what I'm talking about. So that's gonna get rid of the stun timer there. And I throw out SP1. I think I thought that was an SP2 when I threw it, but he's almost dead anyway. It doesn't really matter at this point. Definitely a bit of a longer fight. Alright, so here we got... Oh wow, it already started. Here we got a Limber Spider-Ham mini-boss, so that Daze Mastery keeps screwing me over every time. Great start of the fight, honestly. Incredible. And, I take a little breather here. I'm just like, okay, I lost my indestructible boost. I gotta play really careful now. It's definitely a good Elsa matchup, no questions asked. I just need him to evade at some point, but not right now. That was awful, and you see that game freeze, and I'm down to like 10%. And unfazed, or dazed, whatever it's called, screws me over, and I die. So, I'm going to discuss that fight a little bit more at the end of the war video. We have a little bit extra time at the end, but that was very frustrating. Alright, and then we got another Magneto boss at Sim Supreme. We did this last war as well. This is definitely not as clean of a fight as the first time. I'm not really sure why. It's the same exact matchup. I guess I just didn't play as well. I didn't play as optimally, I think is the answer. So the fight took a little bit longer, and I also took that combo to the face right there. So I am going to throw off my SP3 here. If you guys know Sim Supreme, he's all SP3s and SP2s for the most part, and he can tank SP3s from most champions, which is a really nice ability if he has his armor phase. So he probably could tank an SP3 from Mags, but obviously never want to do that. He is nuking him down right here, and I get to another SP3. So not a bad start to the fight, definitely. Excuse me. I obviously boosted very heavily. I'm at 22,000 BI. You can't be dying to bosses, you know. And this was a super close war. Incredibly close. I think I'll spoil it now. I think we ended up losing by like 2 deaths. So it was really close. So I am getting a lot of SP3s off in this fight. I think that might have been why it felt so much longer. Just because the animation takes a little bit longer than the SP2. I think it clocked in at like 3.5 minutes at the end of it. Maybe a little bit less than that. We'll see. Right now we're at about 2. No, that can't be right though, because he's going down pretty damn fast at this point. Throwing off another SP3. There's so many SP3s in this fight. It's actually insane. I'm not even running Mystic Power Boost. If you saw my Magneto solo boss with Sim Supreme last season, that's what I used. And I tried it without that last war, and it worked really well, so I'm doing that again. And he goes down. Not too bad. So that's it for the war video. Now, I wanted to discuss that Spider-Ham fight a little more closely, and I have some announcements to make. So, that Spider-Ham fight. I definitely messed up taking that fight because of the simple fact that Elsa is just getting screwed over by this Daze Mastery so much. It's ridiculous, and I'm honestly tempted to stop using her at this point. But that's besides the point. I did have a bit of a feud with my alliance. Kind of something that's been brewing for a while, and I ended up leaving. So, big news for my channel. I did join another alliance. It's a little bit lower for the season at this point. We'll see what happens. I don't really know at the moment, but that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.
I prefer the term autocrat. I would rule as a chief executive. I would not answer to a board of directors or any other entity. Nothing to impede progress. If you want to see the fate of democracies, look out the windows.